Hey everyone, it's Book of Katherine, and I lost weight. I lost 150 pounds without doing any exercise. I am trapped in bed. I am trapped in bed for most of the day. I can't move. I have a horrible spine. It's getting better, but I didn't lose weight through exercise. That's one of the biggest lies they tell today, and they use the biggest loser to do it. The sugar and corn syrup industry uses the biggest loser to make you think that it's exercise and exercise alone that gets them to lose 22 pounds in a week. And it's not. It's the diet they put them on. That's when you lose 30 pounds in a week. And that's the diet I'm going to share with you today because I couldn't move and I changed my diet. My doctor put me on a diet. My doctor put me on a diet for my pain, for my chronic pain. And I was like in so much chronic pain, I was willing to do anything. This is before I started procedures. And so literally by the time we did procedures, we had tried every single avenue, including changing my entire diet. And so that's when we went into procedures, and that has made a huge difference. Every single step that we have taken has made a huge difference. All of my medicine has made a huge difference. All of my procedures have made a huge difference. I feel very, very lucky in the treatment that I have, the care, the changes in each of my medical things. There have been a few things where it was like, but they were corrected within 6 months or whatever. And I feel very, very lucky. And there weren't a whole lot of those. So I feel very, very lucky. It was just finding the doctors that was difficult. So anyway, so I want to talk to you about that big lie because I just watched The Biggest Loser. I wasn't watching a whole lot of cable and I just saw it recently. And I was like, this is just, BASF in Bayer, the German industries that the corporate, they're the agenda, the political agenda that runs the world. You guys hear about lobbyists all the time that fund both left and right politics. And, they're pretty much do the exact same policies. They call it different bills, but in each bill, it's the exact same companies running the exact same agenda. And the biggest companies are these German industries, which is Bayer, and BASF, which is oil, mineral, pharmaceutical, gas, and crops. Crops. Things like marijuana, things like corn crops, which is sugar. And that's why one of the biggest things they're pushing today is to do a no protein diet because that kills off inflammatory diseases, which means your needs for medicines, right? And kills off your weight, which kills off your need for things like knee problems and braces. It takes down all your medical bills and all your need to be on the doctors and your needs for diabetes medications. It eliminates all these needs for a doctor and all your needs for medical care. It makes you this nice, healthy person and also takes you off of Germany and puts you on to American because when you do protein, most of the protein industries own American. And so that's just something that you need to keep aware of. So I just wanted to show you, here is the pants that my husband used to wear, nice and large. And this is a top. Let me see if I can detach it from here. I pinned it over there to take a picture. Whoa, no. Oh, no. All right, here, let me pause. Aw. All right, so this is a shirt that I used to wear. It's like a 2X. Look at how far that shirt, takes the entire camera. Bye, everybody. It goes left to right. And that's what I used to wear before I went on the ketogenic diet. And so what diet I went on, what the doctor actually prescribed, she literally got online and was like, what town do you live in? Because she knew we didn't live anywhere close or anything like that. She's like, what town do you live in? And she literally gave us a place to go. She didn't say, an in-home nurse had actually said to do the keto diet. And we got some books on it, but it looked so strict and it didn't sound right. You've heard some keto diets sound really crazy. And I think those are on the market to scare you off of keto, to be honest. And when one of the guys from around here heard my diet, he's like, that's just what farmers eat. That's what we ate on farms. And I realized forever, all of it for 10,000 years, we ate on farms. That's what we did. We farmed land and we ate the cattle and we ate the pigs and we ate what was on the land and we ate the vegetables, but we ate milk and eggs and meat. That's what humanity's been eating for however long we've been around, millions of years. grazing everything. And then civilization over the last 10, we have recorded history for about 8,000 years, whatever, shows how we've been hunting and gathering all that meat. That's pretty much what we've been eating. And the keto diet that I'm on is really just eating that. It lets me eat protein at the end of the day, whatever I want, or whenever you want during the day. So I eat turkey or I eat chicken all throughout the day. And you can kind of go, I can't even eat as much as they give me, honestly, because I don't move. I don't move during the day. I can't eat as much as they want me to eat. I actually have a difficult time eating as much as they want. They want me to eat all these veggies. I can't actually eat them all. My husband can, and he gets very creative. There's even this omelet a girl made online. Time the Infamous did this amazing like bagel thing, a scramble, like an egg and spinach bagel that she did. And it turns out without the bagel, that spinach thing with the mushrooms, these amazing mushrooms that taste like meat, honestly, turns out that actually works. Like that, it totally is included with the diet. I don't know how much cheese you can put in it, but and you cook that up and I can't finish it. You just put in those special kind of mushrooms, not like shrooms or anything like that. But if you look it up, Time the Tyme, the Infamous. I don't watch her anymore. I stopped watching her when I realized, when I started understand influencing and that it's all paid, then I was like, oh, like I didn't understand that. I was so naive. I didn't understand channels and everything like that. So now I do. I understand it all. I understand how beauty influencing works. And so, but it was fun to at least do that recipe for a little bit. That recipe was really yummy. And my husband does it sometimes and it just fills him up to the house. So I'll try and link it. Maybe if I have time, I'll link it right here. But anyway, so this is what I do for Ideal Protein. So there's amazing meals you can figure out to do on the Ideal Protein plan. But then there's just the meals that they give you. And then you can really get into things. I've talked about this on my BMI tape, but I thought I should actually do one for people, for men and for women, because that BMI video was for a while ago, and I was talking literally about body mass index and about weight and how that affects women's mood swings. I've had to really learn about that. But anyway, so these are Loran's oils. I don't know if you can see these. These are lifesavers. Anyone who's ever done a ketogenic diet or any kind of like trying to get off sugar, basically. This is not going to fade in. Come on. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. You like these, right? You like Loran, don't you? No, you don't like Loran. All right. So we've got Loran's Oils strawberry kiwi flavor, Loran's Oils root beer flavor. And then what you do is you get these little candy making supplies and you get the little lids, the little squeezer tops here, these little droppers. And then you just put them in the oils, and then, man, you put that into any kind of seltzer water. Oh, my gosh. And you can make it taste better than actual soda they make today. And besides, the soda they make today, they're making it worse. Like, I had to try and open some when I was on break, and I actually got a callus on my finger from trying to open on break. Maybe I'm just that weak. I can't be that weak. I know I'm getting I can lift myself up. So they must be really bad, because I cannot, maybe I don't have the muscle control, but whatever it is, I got really bad. It's healing up now because I'm off break or whatever. But oh my gosh, I was like, what the heck? It actually got bad from that. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Because I was opening up more than usual on break. It's nice with the seltzer because you get the big seltzer bottles or whatever. So you can do a lot with that, and then you can be really creative. So I do Ideal Protein. That's what I lost. I lost 100 pounds in like 8 months on that, just like that. And then the rest of it, the other 50 pounds, that's been gradual. So I lost that, the 100 pounds I started the first month of 2018. You guys actually saw that 2017. I was coming down. So you guys didn't see me at the highest weight I was. You saw me when I was coming down. 2017 was coming towards the end of that. So you've seen me still coming down. So I've still come down from there. Now, what's interesting is that it looks like I've been staying the same weight a lot. And the real reason that is because I used to contour so heavily. Like, I would watch videos and I'd be like, what's going on? Like, I know I was so much heavier here, and that looks the same video as this video. And I realized, oh, I was doing all these tricks to contour. Like, right now, I'm wearing zero contour. Like, there's no contour on my face. I don't have to wear contour anymore. I don't have to do any nose contouring. I don't have to do any eye contouring. No contouring, ladies. It's so nice. And it looks like I'm wearing I don't have to wear contour because I don't need a contour anymore. But it ends up looking a little bit like I did like when I was before. And I don't care about that. I really don't. I suppose I could contour and try to look a little like try and get my clavicles in there or whatever. But I'm already fitting in like extra small sometimes and things like that. What I do, the reason why I'm not down further, why that's 50 pounds and it's not down further, and we finally figured this out, is that, like, what I do is I go down and then we do these breaks. And in the beginning, like, we did this long break. We went for 6 months straight or something, and we did a week-long break. We've learned week-long breaks are really, really bad. You can just put 6 months back, like, not 6 months, but you can really put a lot back on. A lot. Like, you can do we had done a whole year's worth, and we were like, we just did some serious damage. I know when I did my procedure, I did serious damage after that procedure. The first big procedure was really bad, and I went off for a while, and it was bad. I really put a lot back on, and I don't care. It was really, really bad, and I was not prepared to handle how bad that procedure was. I wasn't ready for it whatsoever. I thought I was going to walk again. I didn't know I was addicted to sugar. I didn't know sugar could be an addiction. I didn't know how closely the sugar molecule they make today is close to caffeine. I had no idea. It's good that it's not actually cocaine. Sorry, that it is to cocaine. It's good that it's not actually cocaine because you can get off it in 5 days. You do feel better, just like Dr. Phil, his 2020 diet. There are other diets that you can do. Like there's some kind of 80 diet, power diet that people have had the exact same results in. Like they're just not hungry anymore. That's the best part about it, is that after you get over that 3 days or that 5 days, then you're just not hungry anymore. Like you're just not hungry anymore. And that's really nice. The only time I get hungry is when I'm in serious physical therapy. Like when my body is doing serious regrowing of nerves. Most people aren't going through that. If you've ever seen anything that's going on with your nerves or whatever and stuff like that, like when that's a whole different thing. Like when you're regaining motor control, kind of a very different kind of energy system or whatever, but I still do it on the diet. It's still fine. It still works or whatever. That's one of the only time I get hungry. I still get much, much stronger. So anyway, I go off the diet. My husband and I have learned about the fact that we are addicted to sugar, that we have learned that sugar is in absolutely everything. It's in strawberries. It's in, cantaloupe, it's in everything. When you look on Instagram and they tell you this is health food, everything there is actually sugar. Beets, they say beets are health food. Nope, that's sugar. That's just sugar. It's all not farm food. None of that stuff was ever served on a farm. Nope. It's all sugar. Carrots have more sugar, way more sugar than actual, and that's why they put you on potato diets. They say, oh, just do all the potatoes. Oh, it tastes so bad. No, potatoes are French fries. Potatoes are fantastic. Potatoes are amazing. You know what I mean? And you will have to do this is what's so disgusting to me about that movement, the potato diet and this whole vegan thing of going on to potatoes. There was the severe potato famine when the Irish had to only eat potatoes, like potatoes and cabbage soup. That was known as one of the worst travesties in history. And they're actually advertising that and getting people to voluntarily repeat one of the worst travesties in history just to shut down American markets and so we can take out the freedoms of the people here that made the Irish free again. Like the people escaped from Ireland and came here and settled here to get away from that. And they're actually it's amazing to me. I'm like, oh. So anyway, I hope I'm not being too hyper for this. You're going to end up having to watch it again on a little bit slower setting on YouTube. Anyway, I really just wanted to get it done and I have a lot of energy. It's the beginning of 2020 and I don't know what it is. I've been getting these energy spurts. I talked about it in December. I'm like, I'm getting these energy spurts. I don't know what they are. I'm not able to walk for forever. And then all of a sudden I'm like, and I have a lot to say. And that's the way it goes. So there it is. That's how I lost the weight. I did it on the ideal protein diet. I did it without ever exercising. Exercise had zero part to do in all of the weight that I've lost. Oh, that's the reason that I haven't gone super, super low down. So I have gotten down all the way to the 140s. That means I've lost more than 150 pounds. So that means I've lost more than a whole person. I've gotten into the 140s. The 140s is literally the lowest I've ever been as an adult in my life. That means I got to my high school weight. So my high school weight, my body's very different than I was in high school. My clothes fit differently. I have some clothes from back then, or from when I was dancing and champion dancing back then. I put on some of my costumes from that back then. It just fits differently. Your body does change, and I have had accidents. But I still look the house in outfits. I can go vintage shopping. I can go thrift shopping. There are furs I can get, and I'm very, very happy about that. And so that I don't get sick in the winter when it's very, very cold here. I'm no longer getting sick. My health has been way better ever since I've been able to purchase those from thrift stores. So, but what I've noticed is when I got into those 140s and started losing, because I know that they're thinking about getting me into the 120s for my spine, the extra skin became a real problem. The extra skin just became such a pain. Like, I'm already in chronic pain, right? The pain is so bad, and I do have chronic pain in the fascia. Well, what happened is that the skin started dragging so much that I was like having to hold up my skin here. I had to start wearing wraps like up on my arms here, up on my arms here, up on my breasts here, up on my stomach here, and up and there was no way I could lay anywhere that would stop the pain from the skin just dragging off, and the skin was just stretching and adding so much severe chronic pain that I was like, I don't even have an appointment to get a skin removal done. Like, I'm not even close to that. Like, we're so focused on the procedures on my spine, I haven't been thinking about skin removal. That hasn't even been in my head. And now I'm aware that, like, if I want to get any lower, I have to go into skin. Like, I can see it, like, it's in my legs and everything like that. Like, I really need to actually do it. I just haven't been paying attention to it. And now we're getting to the point where I'm like, oh, it's adding severely to my pain. And that's all these lovely going on breaks thing. What happens is it fills those areas back up and it takes the pain down. And it doesn't make sense, because when I have the, and only at these low things, if I go, it takes the pain down only if I go up a certain bit. If I go up, like, only to, if I fill it up just a little bit, like enough to like support it just a little bit. And then I'm like, oh, so I need to get that appointment quickly, because it's still, like, just the weight of my breasts are very, excuse my, for everyone, but just the weight of my breast every single day, I think I actually have some displacement of some ribs in here. I was told, even when I was a young child, I was told that these would be a problem, so that they would be an issue or whatever. So I'm like, okay, like, I really need to do something. I don't know. I need to get in there and so really think about that. Like, if you are, like, I'm older now, like, I'm at the end of my 30s now. Like, I started my channel when I was in middle, and now I'm like, we're getting, and now the skin isn't bouncing. My skin's great. Like, you see people older than me and their skin's all right. That's why I didn't notice it. Like, that's why I didn't notice it. It's because my skin isn't all like wrinkly and my skin's bouncing back. It's not bouncing back. It's not like when I gather it up or whatever. You can tell, like, it doesn't it doesn't do the thin little thing that it does for other people. It doesn't do that. It evens out and that's great. I'm really, really grateful for that. And that my skin still has this elasticity, if that makes sense, so that it can bounce back. That's fantastic. I'm young enough for that. If you are overweight, do not wait till you are older to lose the weight. Lose it as soon as you can. Lose it as soon as you can. Get your body used to it. Get your body used to a different lifestyle. And every single year, we've noticed every time a year goes by, like this last diet, every time a year goes by, our bodies are more used to and more happy about being on this diet, and going off of it doesn't seem as normal, and we go on shorter and shorter breaks. So now when we do breaks, very often we'll do a break for one day. Like, very often 1 day, sometimes 3 days, 1 day, maybe stretch it out into the morning, and that's it. Because there's too much, we gain too much or whatever. But we just do that break for the body. That's been really, really fantastic. Maybe 3 days for me. Like, sometimes if I do a big procedure, if it's going to be a really, like, for example, if 2 procedures are really, really back to back or whatever, and if I'm really not handling the pain well, because I don't get extra meds when I do it. I actually requested that from my doctors. I said, I don't want any extra medicine on top of my meds. I actually literally requested that. Maybe it's because I'm a dancer and athlete, because I was champion athlete. I literally requested it. And maybe that made me a better candidate. I don't know. But I said, I don't want any more meds. I don't want any more medicine. So for each procedure, I literally just have to deal. Like, just deal. And sometimes I end up going like, oh, frickin', I can't handle that and the diet. I just can't handle both or whatever. Like, I just can't handle both. I need spaghetti, unfortunately. And that's the life of being addicted. That's the life of being an addict. And it's slowly getting out of my system. We did notice this last break of ours. We're noticing the family patterns that we had it in. Like, both of us had a family pattern, like that they both fed us sugar a lot, like a lot of sugar. So we understand it. There were times where I didn't get any meat during the day at all, like really, really malnourished as a kid. Like, I understand it. So everybody has a different upbringing. So we're just teaching our bodies to get out of it. I know this last break, it's probably the best we've ever eaten on a break. Like, I can't believe it. We got some of the junk we normally get, and I just didn't dig into it like I normally do. I just didn't crave it as much. I craved like cleaner foods, and that's new. We ate more salads. I thought it was funny. The one thing we didn't eat was like, we didn't eat any eggs on this break. We didn't have any eggs. My husband was like, nope, didn't order. He does all the ordering. So this last time we did room service, we ordered all eggs. And I was like, we didn't order any eggs on break. He's like, But the eggs were so good. I was kind of like, why didn't you order eggs? They're so yummy. So, but that's the thing, is that if farm food is amazing, and that's all it is. It's just switching back to the farm lifestyle. And if you look back to the farm lifestyle, all these ladies in the 30s and 40s, all these pictures, they're all like real thin, you guys. They're all these like skinny mini girls with these skinny little legs or whatever. All the women, look at the service women who are in the Air Force and stuff like that. They're the same as the Hollywood woman. The woman on the big screen, they weren't like, oh, let's hire the skinny woman for the big screen. No, just everyone in society was this one way. And that's because the food was just farm food. They were just eating like, steak, milk, eggs. And that's it. So, and it keeps you full. And I don't know. I'm really glad I switched to it, and I can't imagine living any other way. So we're just kind of we've accepted that we're living on this cycle. I think things will change when we get the skin. He's getting to that place too. You can start to see the thing gather on him. He actually doesn't have a whole lot less to lose. He's kind of like, he's almost all done. So I think he's model. If you ask me, I'm like, oh, he's so handsome. He's so handsome. Anyway, women are going to take him from me at the dances. They're all going to steal him away, and I cannot blame them. He is so handsome, but they want to do that anyway, whatever way he was. But yeah, that's his pants. That's literally his pants. That's the point. And if you're a good dancer, you can have these pants, and they'll still want to dance with you. They don't care. So it does not matter. You're a good dancer. They're going to dance with you no matter what. But the fact of the matter is that I remember getting really scared when you started gaining weight, because I was like, I'm going to lose you. 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 I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you. I remember getting so terrified when he started gaining weight. I was like, I am going to lose you. I'm going to lose you. I don't want to lose you. And this was a great way. We both went on it, and we were there for each other. And so you do not need to exercise. No exercise involved. Sedentary lifestyle guaranteed. And that's the great thing, is that if you exercise, then you can eat more. Isn't that nice? Like, that happens with a lot of diets. Like, there are a lot of diets out there. When my husband and I did a diet, I remember we did a diet once. We were trying to get ready for a competition once. And we did this one diet for like 6 months. And we were just like, oh yeah, we just did this like power walk all along the beach, this huge long beach in California. We were like, sweet. And we just went to a pizzeria and got to eat all this pizza that night when we'd never done that before. But the diet was like, yeah, you do this much exercise, you get this. So you'd be like, oh, we'll go out sauce it down. We went out way more than we ever had before. We suddenly learned where all these places were just because we did this diet for 6 months. Because we were like, oh, we want to eat more. I don't know. It's kind of funny now that I think about it. I never thought about that before. So I was like, before we were just so focused on working, but then we were like, oh, let's focus on doing this. It's so stupid. It's like, but this diet's just different. I can't move. And so I don't know. And the reason she put me on it, I should say that the reason she put me on it is because keto diets, the protein diets, they produce ketones in your brain, and ketones knock out the pain cycle in your brain so that you can have a pain cycle in your brain, and all the hormones and all the chemicals get going in your brain of pain, 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 pain. And what happens is when you get onto this protein diet, those chemicals die down. And then what the readouts can be, so really, and I can feel it wasn't when I got below 185, then I felt it. Then I felt like, oh, when I eat sugar, especially certain sugars. Let me give you an example. If I have a muffin at McDonald's, if I have one of those McDonald's muffins, it's pain. It's instant pain. I'm like, oh, no, 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 honey. Like, it feels like taking instant crack or something like that. It's a very different kind of sugar in those McDonald's, like cookies, and it's the same kind of sugar that I taste in like if I get any at the supermarket and I get any of those big things of fruit, it tastes like the same sugar. This just instant, like sweet, and I'm just like, oh, and they're instant pain. I've really learned to do a very different kind of carbohydrate on my break that there's less pain with, like a much more complex carbohydrate or whatever, that there's less pain that goes along with that. It's been very, very interesting to see like what we end up going towards when what's less painful. But it does, like the food that they have everybody on today, it really does ramp up pain. There's a reason pain clinics are so popular and so big, and BASF is the one that profits the most from that. BASF and the royal families that own them. That's why they still got their crowns. All right. Someone might be here. I don't know who that is. I love you very much. Happy New Year and happy losing weight. Enjoy it and enjoy. Oh, one last thing that you guys might like to know. So the corn crops, go ahead and check out Bayer for Crops and start typing in every one of the countries, like Bayer for Crops DE or Bayer for Crops IN or Bayer for Crops EN. Bayer for Crops, Bayer corn crops are in, literally Bayer corn crops are in every single country in the globe. They are global. They are everywhere. Corn crops are everywhere. And look up corn crop sites. Boston did a study. Corn crop science is literally pulling off, like there are so many corn crops that it's killing the dirt and it's actually pulling out the atmosphere. And then they take all these climate changes that are happening because we're all eating sugar. That's what it's sugars in our ketchup, sugars in everything now, right? They have it sugar. They've put sugar in absolutely every one of the foods, right? It's almost impossible to find food without it. That's what's great about the keto diet is you learn what doesn't have sugar, and it's really fun eating that stuff. So you get to it and then you find out how much it's everywhere, and then that crop is everywhere and it's just yanking out. When this climate is different when the corn crops come. When the cycle comes, the air actually changes. And that climate science is what they're trying to blame on everything else. They're trying to say, oh, if you eat differently, you'll change this climate back. Or if you do this, you'll change this climate back. Or if you do this, absolutely everything except the corn. They're making everybody look this way. They'll even say, look up at the North Pole. The North Pole always melts, and then the South Pole gets more ice, and then the South Pole always melts, and then the North Pole gets more ice. That's the way it goes. It rotates poles. As one faces the sun, the other one faces the sun, and one faces the sun, the other one faces. That's normal. That's normal. Just because they went through the people who actually own all these crops. Their people in England and Germany actually went through Wikipedia and changed 5,000 pages on climate science and erased all years of like climate science and climate warming. I'm not even going to get into that subject. So anyway, my point is that you will also save the planet if you switch off of corn crops. Stop eating cereal. So congratulations. Anyway, that's another bonus. Love you guys so much. Bye. Right, these videos. I don't know if I'll even do this anymore, but donate. I haven't asked for donations in forever, and I need donations. I need to live. Like, I actually have all of these, like, experimental spine procedures and therapists and everything, and not to mention, you've seen what my cats have been doing to me. All right, so yes, all right. Could you please donate down below? Wow, I can't believe I've been asking. I'm so hyper. Can you donate down below? Please donate. Right, we're doing $1 a month. Wow. You can tell I need to start participating more in my husband is so good to me. All right, please donate. Thank you, so that I can have a very good procedure. I love you so much. Bye. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. Au revoir. Happy New Year. Bye.